What is happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad, Sean, and today, at Reactions to the Classics, we have a reaction to a full album by a gal that we've heard many great things about.
Of course.
Great, critical acclaim, but have never dove into her work. So we're going to be looking today at PJ Harvey and her record, Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea. And this comes courtesy of a suggestion from our patron and longtime friend of the channel, Mark. So thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
For suggesting this record to us. Looking forward to diving into the quick facts and then listening to it track by track. Before we do that, though, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That helps us on our YouTube end. And be sure to hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already and you like the video. And if you'd like to have us maybe react to a song or a record, you can check that out at our Patreon page down below. Shout out to the patrons who help keep the channel running, man.
All right, well, let's get into the quick facts. Fifth studio album released in October of 2000, recorded during March to April of 2000, contains themes of love that are tied into Harvey's affection for New York City. 313 on the brand new Rolling Stones top 500 albums.
First album we've done with the new list.
With the new list. Received a 88 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is incredibly high rating. 23 on the UK albums chart. Went platinum there with sales over 300 grand. 42 in the US, sold over 1 million worldwide, so not bad at all. The album became the second major commercial success of her career, following her successful breakthrough to Bring You My Love. Upon its release, as I said, most critics loved it. Earned her some other accolades. A 2001 Mercury Prize. She was the first female ever to win it. She got Brit Award nominations as Best British Female Artist for 2 years running, as well as 2 Grammy Award nominations for Best Rock Album and Best Female Rock Performance for the single This Is Love, and in 2002, Q Magazine named it. This is pretty big. The greatest album of all time by a female artist. And in 2006, the album was chosen by Time as one of the 100 best albums of all time.
There we go. It did. So going back to that chart success, 17 weeks on the UK chart. And as you mentioned, certified platinum in the UK as well as Australia. And a little bit of background. In '98, she was shooting a film as an actress for Hal Hartley in New York, of course, and she felt inspired by the city and wrote several songs. Some of them ended up on the following album. And then in '99, she chose to live in New York for 9 months, spend some time, get familiar with the city.
Sure.
She insisted in interviews that this was not her, quote, New York album. Songs were also written while she was in London or at home in Dorset. Stories from the City. This record was co-produced by Mick Harvey, Rob Ellis, and PJ Harvey. It featured a duet with one of our favorites here at the channel, Mr. Tom York. As you can see, OK Computer in the background of us here. He's on the track This Mess We're In, and he also is on backing vocals and keyboards for One Line and Beautiful Feeling. They met in '92 and then just had kept in touch with each other.
Yeah, she had said she wanted to record, or she wanted the record to be more direct. She said, this is her quote, "It's very different musically to the first couple of albums. It's very melodic and it's much rounder and fuller. The earlier albums were very black and white, in some sense very extreme. Melodically, this is much more sophisticated than those records. It kind of feels like a combination of every album I've made so far rolled into one." So it sounds like Mark chose a good one for us.
Yeah.
All tracks are written by PJ unless we mention otherwise, Trey. One of the only songs, well, there's a few songs I don't have any notes on, and the first one happens to be one of them, Big Exit.
Big Exit. All right, and we're not going to have the music here on the YouTube video, but there is a link in the description for the whole, whole album with the music in there. So here you're just going to have our reactions, but if you want to hear the music, feel free to click the link down below. So we're going to have the lyrics pulled up on our respective computers here. Enjoy Miss PJ Harvey and see what we got in store. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. I'm excited. PJ starting off real strong here. I gotta add this one to my favorites or my like songs. Big Exit. Quite enjoyed the verses, which are more almost punky. Almost,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
At a time, and then the chorus was, I really quite enjoyed the melody on it, and just the way she was able to deliver the vocals, and kind of powerful message on top.
Yeah,
of it.
I like the punky part. You said a lot more hard hitting than I guess I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
Not that I really have any frame of reference for PJ, but even the first verse right away, look out ahead, I see danger come. I want a pistol, I want a gun, I'm scared, baby, I want to run. This world's crazy. Give me the gun.
And yeah, I'm wondering if this, since she did spend so much time in New York, if this is kind of about the United States and our fascinations or obsession with firearms,
Yeah.
maybe in a sense. I could be reading too much into that, but I definitely think you could come from that interpretation here on this song, and then you get the nice, pleasant on the ears chorus, baby, baby, ain't it true? I'm immortal when I'm with you, but I want a pistol in my hand and I want to go to a different land. So I wonder if she's talking to her baby here, and wanting to go back to America with the pistol in, or maybe she wants to, I don't know, leave America. But I quite enjoyed this one, man. I can see what she's saying. A lot going musically, kind of in here, and instrumentally and everything. So great way to start off. And now we go to Good Fortune.
Yeah, it was the lead single, went to 41 in the UK. Most of Good Fortune was recorded in studio. Parts of the song were recorded alone by Harvey on an old school 4-track cassette recorder in New York City and Dorset. The song's lyrics make allusions to New York. She lived in New York prior to recording the albums we talked about. The song's about falling in love with a special person. In a 2001 issue of Q magazine, she said, I wanted everything to sound as beautiful as possible. I want this album to sing and fly and be full of reverb and lush layers of melody. I want it to be beautiful, sumptuous, lovely piece of work. Critical reception to this song in particular was positive. A number of reviews drew comparisons between her and fellow musicians, female musicians, Chrissy Hine and Patti Smith. That's
hey, high praise, man. High praise indeed. So let's see what PJ's got in store for us here. Looking forward to it after that build up. What you think of this one, Dad?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I think because we had the we set the table with the Chrissy Hine thing. I definitely heard the Chrissy Hine / Pretender sound to it. Yeah, what did you think of that?
I enjoyed it quite a bit, but through the first verse, I was like, I don't think this is gonna live up to Big Exit. But then as the vibe of the track kept going, I really like how on some of the words she like really enunciated them and stretched them out at the end.
I thought that was a nice touch as well.
It added a catchiness to the tune just through her voice that that bounced off of the guitar that was kind of reverbing and going as well, which I thought was a pretty neat production technique on that. And again, I like the song too. Very very descriptive again, and kind of, you can tell this has a hint of positivity to it throughout as well. That. She says, I feel like some bird of paradise, my bad fortune slipping away, and I feel the innocence of a child. Everybody's got something good to say. I take it she's with a love interest starting off. Again, kind of that New York, you're talking about in Chinatown, hungover, you showed me just what I could do. Later on, where they walk through Little Italy. So, just again, those nods to New York City.
Yep.
And then at the end, I enjoyed it too on the outro, like some modern day Bonnie and Clyde on the run again. Again, just kind of conjuring up those images.
Yeah, exactly.
That were pretty awesome, man. So this album's 2 for 2 for me so far.
I agree.
And now we're gonna go to A Place Called Home. And again, most of these are in like the 3.5 minute range.
They are
as well. Our ending 2 tracks are the longest, but most of these, 3.5 minutes. So let's keep going. A Place Called Home, man. Again, really dug that one too for some different reasons than the previous 2 tracks. I thought the piano was great.
I did too.
PJ Harvey on the guitar as well. Shout out. And again, kind of has that.
And on the keyboard.
Yeah, kind of has that. That I didn't even notice that. Yeah, PJ all over this instrumentally. It again kind of had that love theme going through there, where it almost seems like these two people are, as the song kind of suggests a little bit, almost without a home. Yeah. She even mentions though in here, with you I wait to be born again. She says she wades through full lands and lonely. She stumbles. With you I wait to be born again. So there's again that touch of hope that was on the previous track. I think almost bleeds into this one as well. Even this one is a little bit maybe more realistic. And I especially like that chorus too.
Yeah, me too. I think this one was my favorite atmosphere. I just liked it musically. The melody, which she talked about. I talked about in the beginning, a couple different quotes of her on the melody. So this one right now, so far, believe it or not, is my favorite.
Pretty serene sounding
Yeah,
at different
definitely.
times too. And that chorus was awesome with the backing vocals that were almost whispered just in this left earphone there. And it again almost had that like almost angel on your shoulders, just like keep on going type. One day there will be a place for us. So I thought this one was cool, man. And now we're gonna go to the song One Line. So let's see what PJ's got up in store here for us. It definitely had almost the most straightforward alternative vibe to me.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
On this one, as we mentioned in the song, you had Tom York in here in the background, just faintly, kind of giving his signature oohs. He's also on keyboards here. Again, kind of continues that theme of love. I mean, the chorus I think details that out quite nicely.
Yeah, and I draw a line to your heart today, to your heart from mine, a line to keep us safe. So yeah, I thought pretty straightforward lyrically, for sure.
And she can. I'm noticing with PJ conjuring up that imagery where you can kind of follow along in your head. All through the rising sun, all through the circling years, you were the only one who could have brought me here. And then you had the vibraphone in there. This would probably be my least favorite up to this point.
I would agree, mine as well. It's not a bad song.
But I think that more is pointing to the strength of this record so far, as opposed to, this tune itself. And
agreed.
Now we're going to Beautiful Feeling. Tom's on this one again as well.
Yes,
so looking forward.
A little vocal action on this one.
Yeah, looking forward to this. All right, Beautiful Feeling coming in here. This one, the guitar wasn't, I was trying to think while I was listening to it what word. I wouldn't call it like heavy, but it definitely had a dark guitar sound to it.
Yeah, it sounded more Radiohead, some of their stuff to me. I mean, obviously that was kind of the point, I'm sure, with having Tom in there on this one.
Yeah, definitely kind of had some vibe for even some of their recent work, Moonshaped Pool, kind of with Tom's vocal delivery there.
This is not going to be his last appearance on here. He's going to be coming in again in a couple songs.
That's right. Where I think he has like an official verse there. So this is one that I think could grow on me, but through first listen, it's I didn't think it was a bad track or anything. It was just definitely the most different alternative-esque.
I wasn't a huge fan of it. I didn't hate it or anything, but just middle of the road for me on this. But there's 12 songs. We're 5 songs through. I think 3 of them are really good and 2 of them are just okay, and that's not a bad. None of them are bad. So
and I kind of like the vibe how she vocalizes the From England to America. I feel alive, meet my eyes, and it's the best thing. And then she there's a smile from San Diego. He's still a boy. 2 ends to every rainbow and a train from Mexico, and he's the best thing. So kind of switching that up, and then bringing that together at the end. Again, kind of keeping. Even though it had a more dark musical tone, still kind of keeping the good vibes going lyrically. And now we're going to go up to track number 6, a title that I would have expected from Mr. Tom Waits, maybe, as opposed to PJ Harvey, but we got the Whore's Hustle and the Hustler's Whore. So I like the title there.
Yeah, from the time I saw the title, whenever I started doing the research for this album, I'm like, this ought to be interesting.
Oh yeah, so let's see what PJ's got for us.
We got PJ on maracas here. I see on top of her usual guitar.
The Whore's Hustle and the Hustler's Whore. What you think of that one, Dad?
I thought you mentioned it during it. The guitars are fantastic, much harder edged, which a song of this title,
it kind of
should have. Speak to me of universal laws, the Whore's Hustle and the Hustler's Whore. All around me, people bleed. Speak to me your song of greed, and she just kind of plays it out, through the verses, and then in the next time the chorus pops up after verse 3, the Whore's Hustle and the Hustler's Whore. Too many people are out of love. Repeats that line. The city's ripped right to the core. Repeats the Whore's Hustle and the Hustler's Whore. Too many people are out of love. Repeats the line. This city's ripped right to the core. So just it's an interesting, and then she gets into the drugs and everything else.
No, exactly. I think this definitely has a kind of gritty New York type of vibe to it.
Very hard edge to it.
Loving the guitars. I've noticed here she kind of does that little loud, soft
Yeah, she
dichotomy,
does.
which is made famous kind of in grunge, and then the Pixies before that. I can kind of see some influence there
That's a
as
good
well, and really just kind of get into the almost the heart of the grittiness of the city. Speak to me of heroin and speed, of genocide and suicide, of syphilis and greed. All those are obviously terrible things, and she's able to rhyme them and
Right.
mix them together. But then she says, "Speak to me the language of love, the language of violence, the language of the heart. This isn't the first time I've asked for money or love." So man, I just really enjoyed the guitar work on it. Really enjoyed some of her vocalizations in here, getting really high up at certain points. I think this was a big hit for me, as I expect this next track will be, as we're at the halfway point of the record. We got This Mess We're In, and now we're going. We've had Tom on backing vocals, but
Right.
not had a verse, and this is where Tom's gonna get his chance to shine here.
Yeah, she brought him in to sing the verses. PJ actually said, "I wrote this song with York's voice in mind, hoping he'd say yes, I'll sing it, and then he'd find something in the lyrics. He said yes almost straight away."
Oh, cool stuff, man. Well,
So
let's
see what we got here.
I'm looking forward to it. I thought I know PJ wrote the song, but I could definitely see Tom putting these lyrics on a radio.
Oh yeah, and I think when she said she wrote it with him specifically in mind, maybe she was writing from that mindset.
Yeah, exactly. I think his voice with and it did have that Radiohead influence on the instrumental
Yeah,
section.
the atmosphere
as well.
was for sure Radiohead.
Could have thought Johnny was on the guitars here as well. And again, I enjoyed the fact that PJ kind of let Tom go the first couple verses, and she was just in the chorus with that sweet the city sunset over me, and then the chorus builds next time for a couple more times of that phrase, and then the end they're kind of PJ and Tom are going back and forth with each other,
with her leading it and him going back, which I thought was an interesting shift. You would think it would be the other way since he was leading the entire time, so I thought that was a nice touch. It's one of my favorites.
Me too, man. Me too. I just, it has that cool, alternative indie Radiohead PJ Harvey vibe, just all kind of into one little, 4-minute
exactly
tune, which was a really cool, and it's cool too. This is released 2000, so I mean, Radiohead were going in that different direction with Kid A and whatnot. To still hear Tom on that.
Still hear Tom in this way, yeah, I agree.
But really enjoyed that one, man. And now we're gonna go to You Said Something. So 3 minutes 20 seconds. Let's see what PJ's got for us here. I wish we know what was said that was really important. I was hoping that would be revealed at the end, but hey, it'll be up to our imagination.
Up to our imaginations. Excellent job on the guitar for her. I mean, she's on the guitar and keyboards in basically every song on this album.
Yeah.
Does an awesome job in it. And I know she said in the quote that you read at the start, this is not her New York album. However, Trey, almost every song has some mention of New York, at least, whether it's prominent or just a background mention.
Exactly.
It's there.
Especially in this song, man. Rooftop in Brooklyn, watching the lights flash in Manhattan. I see 5 bridges, the Empire State Building, and you said something that I've never forgotten. And it was kind of, I'm noticing with PJ, she takes genres and then she's able to, take that and almost make it her own, because this had a bit of a country-esque vibe.
It did, especially at the start, and then it kind of flopped into a little bit of alternative.
Yeah,
a little bit.
just straight up. Yeah,
I did enjoy it. I thought it was actually a really good song.
No, I enjoyed it too. Again, kind of has that positivity of a relationship going in there, where you're just enjoying life with your lover, and that's kind of at the very end. She's riding in your car, your radio playing. We sing up to the 8th floor. A rooftop in Manhattan, 1 a.m, so I can just picture 2, star-crossed lovers just enjoying life with each other. And then when you said something that I've never forgotten, when you said something that was really important.
What is it, PJ?
Oh man, I guess we'll be left to decipher what was really important. But yeah, man, I thought this was good placement too in the track listing as well. So I enjoyed this, and now we're gonna go to Kamikaze, the shortest track on the record.
I just think from at only 2:25.
Yeah.
I think from the title, I just expect this thing to be
to be a little intense.
Yeah,
maybe?
that's what I think. But I could be wrong.
Kamikaze coming in, kind of a little bit what I expected and what you were alluding to, Dad, with kind of the the fast paced nature.
Yeah, that is definitely what I was sort of expecting. Definitely different than anything else on the album. I really wasn't feeling it. I don't really even know what it was about so much.
No, yeah, that's yeah. I was kind of diving into the lyrics, and following along as the song was going. A lot of these have been more, kind of straightforward, but this, yeah, it's interesting. Somebody's coming, obviously, for PJ here. 10,000 willing, pilots flying, interfacing space and beyond. Built an army to come and find me. Yeah. So PJ is wanted in this moment.
I like the distorted guitar that played in the left channel. In the
yeah, I noticed that.
I thought that was a nice layering while she's singing in the right.
Yeah,
so I did like that.
And I had the good time to give a shout out to Mick Harvey as well. I thought the bass work was really solid.
Yeah.
Not my favorite track, but I still kind of had a little punk sensibilities. Like
I like how different it was. I got much respect for that part of it.
Yeah, and 2:25. I think that was the perfect length.
I do too.
For a track.
You can't come in that hard and that fast and make it a 5-minute song. It gets exhausting. But this was just the right amount.
And I mean, she really hits. I need you to hit those high notes on next live stream.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I mean, I'll get right on up there, man.
And now we're going to go to where there's only 3 tracks left. We got This Is Loved, released as a single under the title This Is Love / You Said Something. 41 in the UK, and this was the track that was nominated for the Grammy for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance.
Yeah, and the guitar riff of the song was interpreted as an homage to the Stooges song No Fun and was compared to those of the Heartbreakers song Chinese Rocks. The only thing I'm confused with is the 8th song, a couple songs back, is called You Said Something. So I don't know if this was a double-sided A single or maybe what. I couldn't find anything with that. But
definitely had that. I think this was a great choice for a single, honestly.
Yeah, I do too. And I mean, I think basically the subject matter of it is pretty much physical attraction.
Exactly. No,
let's not make it more complicated than it is. It's pretty much what she's saying. And you mentioned it during the song, but the bass and just the work of Mick Harvey on this album is great. And we're very familiar with Mick, him being a co-founder of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Right. We've done a lot of Nick Cave stuff, a couple top 10 lists and some things here. So we know Mick's work very well, but he really does complement this quite nicely.
No, and I do like the fact that this song is just it's honest, man. I can't believe life's so complex when I just want to sit here and watch you undress. This is love that I'm feeling, which I almost take to be a little ironic because she loves the physical aspect of this, but then as you get going on in the bridge, you're the only story that I never told. You're my dirty little secret. Want to keep you so she doesn't want to be public with this relationship.
It's that physical attraction, man.
It's just come on out, come on over, help me forget, keep the walls from falling on me, tumbling in, and then we go again. This utilize that kind of soft, loud dichotomy that it uses quite a bit. This might end up as one of my favorites.
It's up there for me.
Whenever we talk about that at the end.
Now, Trey, I don't know how much you dream, but when you do, are there horses in your dreams?
There usually aren't.
There aren't in mine either, but we're up to horses in my dreams, which doesn't look like there's a lot there lyrical yet. It's the second longest song on the album, so I'll be curious how they approach this one.
I really dug that one. I enjoyed the progression of the tune from that slow piano being introduced, and especially in that first verse, her vocals are very strained.
I was just gonna say that, very strained, very different.
You can almost tell she's been through an emotional experience, through a trying time, and the horse is kind of symbolizing, I think, symbolizing being able to push on through, kind of get ahead in your situation, persevere. I don't know. That's kind of it's kind of what I have as the horse is pulling free, so she's going to.
Yeah, I liked it. The more it went, the more I dug it.
Same here. Yeah,
just kind of something you'd put on your headphones. And you can just chill.
Yeah, exactly.
Lights down and just kind of chill and get lost in the atmosphere. So definitely a different kind of tune. Like I said, going into it, it definitely played out that way. Very slow on getting the lyrics out, which I thought was a nice touch. As it went on, it built. It didn't feel like it was 5.5 minutes long.
No, man.
But on that note, we're going to go to a song that's over 6 minutes long. The last song on the entire album.
That's right.
We Float.
We Float, man. Listen to this one. Give our thoughts on it, and then get into our favorite tracks and overall score of this record. So let's get it. Will Float coming in, ending us off with the. It's always interesting to see what what artists do with like the track listing and whatnot. So keeping the longest two tracks for the end, though I preferred Horses in My Dreams. This one was a lot like that. Like the longer it went on, the more I was kind of vibing with it.
Yeah, I definitely like the chorus better than the verses.
Mm-hmm.
Her chorus singing was very pretty. The verses were okay for me,
yeah,
but the chorus singing took me a lot back to Horses in My Dreams.
Yeah.
Same type of atmosphere, same type of instrumentation almost. So
No,
not a bad song at all to finish with. Interesting though to hold your two longest. I mean, those two songs together were like 12 and a half minutes long. Most of her other songs are just a little over 3 minutes. So interesting to do it that way.
I think that is a good point, Dad, about her singing, because this chorus might have been her best straight up vocal
performance.
performance.
I think so too. Yeah, and it's a thing she left us with, so I think that was smart.
And I did like, we wanted to find love, we wanted success until nothing was enough, until my middle name was excess. So
story of a lot of people's lives who are buying the quote American dream.
No, definitely, and just kind of how she's going through the story there. A lot more real life kind of stuff on the second half of this album, it seems. But yeah, man, enjoyed that one, and now that's going to take us to our favorite tracks and overall score of the record. I'll start on my favorite tracks. I'll go This Mess We're In, featuring York. Yep. I'm going to go with their opener, Big Exit, and I'm also going to have Horses in My Dreams.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm going to go with This Mess We're In with York,
all right.
A Place Called Home, and You Said Something.
There you go, man. Those were solid, too, yeah.
We get into our overall grade, 12 tracks. I thought 2 of them, and I mentioned them early on, were just okay. I thought the rest of the tracks all were pretty darn good. This is an album, first time we've ever heard. This is an album I'm going to give repeat listens to. I don't always do that. I don't have a lot of time to listen to music. This one I actually am because I enjoy the atmosphere of it. I enjoy PJ. And so in that, on my first listen, I'm going to be at a 7.75. But I can see that go up. And I want to say, Mark, thank you for bringing this to us. I had no idea this thing was this acclaimed. And I would have never ventured into it just for that reason. Didn't really know anything about it. So great choice.
No, I'm going to echo a lot of your thoughts, Dad. I really enjoyed 12 songs, lots of different styles on this, and her ability to take stuff from just the alternative scene, indie scene, even the punk scene, even country on that one track, and make it
very
her
versatile.
own and make it sound like her own. Very impressed with her guitar work as well. Keyboards were great. Mick Harvey was as we already mentioned, fantastic.
Instrumentation was great on some. I did not mention that. I should have.
And so, putting all that together, I'm going to be at a real solid 8 for me on this one after first listen. So, kind of in that same ballpark with you, Dad. I was impressed with what she was bringing. I kind of gravitate in like the more, alternative
I do too.
Guys and gals in the music scene. Especially when you hit this, 2000 era here. So heard a lot of great things, and now we can see why. Now we can see what the hype was about, and it didn't disappoint, man. So I want to echo what my dad said, Mark. Thank you for bringing this to us. Really enjoyed Miss PJ Harvey here, and we want to hear from you guys, the community. What are your takes on this record? Let us know down in the comments below. Give us your favorite tracks as well. As always, Dad, appreciate the research.
A lot of fun, man.
And until next time, thanks for watching. Happy listening, y'all, and we will see you next time.